What is your why? So we've reached the final lesson of Module 1. And if you haven't noticed yet, every single topic in this module is about your understanding of the world around you and why it is that you need to pay attention to it. So the final topic of today is, what is your why? What is your purpose in life? To make money? Why? To support your family? Okay, why else? To reward yourself for the hard work? Is it for the status? Why do you want the status? You know, this whole module was filled with whys and reasons that talk to some of the things present in the world. Why is that? Well, for me, it's the structure of thoughts laid out in a course to set the stage and establish the facts of what's happening around us, for you to get up to speed on the world presently, and in hopes that you understand the current playing field, in hopes that you may find it interesting, in hopes that you find a moment along the way that clicks for you before we get into the meat of this masterclass for you to benefit. In hopes that you realize money is not as complicated as you think, in hopes that you find reason to continue this course. There are a lot of whys for me, and a lot of my hopes for you, but those aren't your whys. And maybe what you take away from this course assists your perspective and fuels your why. But this is the whole point of starting with why, right? A lot of people haven't realized this yet, but your why is for you and no one else to figure out. And to figure out what you want and why is a direct result of the process of knowing who you really are. To know yourself is to master yourself. To master yourself is to accept who you are, to be honest with what you want, and to seek a balance in your thoughts and feelings. You know, most people go through their entire lives without taking a time out to get to know themselves. They never get clear on their intention or purpose, and as a result, live life on autopilot and asleep at the wheel, repeating the same words in conversations throughout the year. They don't spend time towards anything meaningful. The thoughts in their head might be clear, but they stay there and build up, and over the years add up to a whole different set of words and conversations filled with the what-ifs in life and regrets. You know, the greatest personalities in the world today that we look up to are just as human as you and I. Yet their work inspires us so deeply. And why is that? You know, one of my favorite documentaries is Usain Bolt's one. I remember watching it 2 times in a row, goosebumps throughout his story, how it was documented, the confidence of what he put on tape before the race that he broke the record, saying how he was coming for Justin Gatlin and his colleague Blake, who took his move. The guy did this, and he literally documented it and said to camera before the big race that he was going to win that world title. It's incredible. It's all emotion and drive towards what he wanted that drove him in the little moments to the bigger ones that put Jamaica in the history books. And that clarity and purpose only happens in your life when you put in the effort to figure it all out, when you spend actual time on yourself. The difference between your current success and your next level is directly related to how well you study yourself and know yourself. So I want you to complete the reflection exercise and dig deep into your life, what you want out of it today, tomorrow, for your kids and your legacy. This exercise will help you find a breakthrough moment in your life, why you want to be your best version of yourself so you can help yourself and others. So promise yourself to set aside 2 hours max to spend with you, and I promise that you'll come out the other side not only ready to learn about money, to learn about your money, and the tools to reach your financial freedom in this course, but you'll be a better version of yourself, ready for another day in your journey to living on your own terms.